It is time for Tina Traster of the Rockland County Business Journal, the program furnished and paid for by its producer, host, and sponsors. And speaking of a sponsor, we'll hear from him first, and then Tina.
Hello, I'm Scott Ugell of the Ugell Law Firm. I don't have to tell you how our world has dramatically changed. Today, many people are suffering financially and often do not know where to turn for help as they have many questions. I have been practicing consumer law for over 35 years and have handled thousands of cases where we help people save their home through loan modifications and or forbearance agreements by going to state Supreme Court, bankruptcy court, or without having to go to court at all. Please give me a call, as every situation is different, and let me tell you how I might be able to help you or someone you love. I'm Scott Ugell of the Ugell Law Firm.
And with that, we say good morning, Tina Traster.
Good morning, everybody. And at last we have spring upon us.
Yeah.
So that is good news. I'm going to talk about a couple of things today. I'm going to talk about a story that we posted last week, and I think it's a story that people really want to engage in and think about. There is discussion to bring Hightour under the auspices of Rockland Green. Rockland Green is the former Solid Waste Authority. This is, by many, a rather strange development, and for many, it seems like it's something that came out of the blue. Let's take a step back and look at the lead up to what brings us to this junction. So we know that a couple of years ago, the county began to contract with the towns for Hightour. And I can tell you that the whole process was pretty chaotic and had a lot of mystery around it. And the towns were on the hook for far more than they had previously been. That said, there was still much vagary as to what exactly Hightour was to be doing or was not to be doing. Not to mention the fact that we have very few animal control officers in total in the county. We've never had a clear policy around feral cats. It's been always vague about cats in general. The whole thing has just been not clear, to say the least. So what the catalyst to this latest development is that Teresa Kenny and the town of Orangetown pulled out of its contract for this year. Ed Day has managed to wrangle the remaining 4 supervisors to remain contracted through the county to fund Hightour. And all of this is happening at the same time when a new shelter is on its way to being constructed. As I said, after Teresa Kenny defected and has decided to contract with the Hudson County Humane Society and for dogs only for this coming year, Day had to go to the negotiating table with the rest of the supervisors, where he made some concessions. He gave them a 10% discount on last year's town bill. He agreed that the supervisors amongst them will choose 2 voting members to add to Hightour's board. And the discussion also led to the idea that the town's animal control officers would visit the shelter on a regular basis. Okay, so that's sort of a stopgap, Band-Aid, they're satisfied for the moment. But all of the supervisors sit on Rockland Green, the former Solid Waste Authority, and the town of Supervisor Howard Phillips, in fact, is the chairman of that board. And what they're talking about amongst themselves, and I think the question is, should this be a topic of public discussion? What they're talking about is bringing Hightour under the auspices of Rockland Green because it's according to Howard Phillips, it is a well-funded independent authority with the resources, as he said, quote, the resources to oversee something of this nature. It controls a variety of sites. We really want accountability. Well, what does this mean? What would it mean? How would it be funded? Would it create a new taxing district, or would it be part of Rockland Green? Will the towns be happy to have Rockland Green steer the new shelter project for High Tor? What would this look like? So, what are your initial thoughts about this as I'm talking about it?
I don't know. It just, I'm somewhat removed from it. We've adopted some animals from High Tor over the years. 2 cats, I think, 3. But I don't know. I think it'll work itself out. I think what Ed Day has done is the right thing. I thought it was, well thought out, given the fact that he didn't have much time to come up with a conclusive. But they're working on a conclusive plan. And the sooner it's done, the sooner the shelter will get built up, and hopefully everybody will be happy. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I think it is hard to figure out how this ever finds a way where it's not constantly in flux and where there's not a sense of dissatisfaction swirling around High Tor and its management.
All right. I know you can go on there if you want. I just wanted to ask you one more question because we got to leave soon. But one of our callers this morning said he drives through the shops of Nanuet and he notices more and more stores are empty. What's your perspective on this?
Oh, well, we know that retail is gutted. I mean, even if you we reported last week too about in the Palisades Mall, several entertainment companies that have backed out of their contracts, and malls are going to have to rethink what they do. They can't just go along blithely expecting the today and the future to look like the last 20 years. It's just we're in a different place. So I also wanted to mention that we have a story about STAC, St. Thomas Aquinas College. They just bought the Camp Venture property. We have a story with the president, Ken Daly, where he talks a lot about his vision and steering the college through this, crisis period of hope.
My granddaughter has accolades for him. He actually gets out and she's a freshman there, a business major, by the way, and or accounting. I guess that's business. And he communicates and hangs out with the students. She said he's just fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we did a great interview with him. And we talk about the purchase of Venture, and we sort of unpack what he's thinking about and some of the new things that he's already added to the college since he joined in July. So check that out, and don't forget to sign up for the free daily newsletter.
Hey, thank you very much, Tina.
All right. Talk to you.